Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to continue with the same topic, Seven Ages of Men by William Shakespeare. After explaining the second stage of childhood, Shakespeare moves on to the third stage. And then the lover, sighing like furnace with a woeful ballet, made to his mistress' eyebrow. The third stage draws an allusion to the teenage, the stage of a man's life where he dutifully performs the role of an impassionate lover. The lover is the perfect metaphor used to explain the teenage, because at this certain age, human being is developing. He is progressing towards being young adult. He is not a child, he is not an adult yet, but in between he is developing and growing up. In teenage, there is a lot of development of emotions inside a human being. The person finds certain things very appealing, attractive. They fall in love, they fall out of love, they find the life very interesting. And not only that, they also like to express their feelings regarding it. Now, according to Shakespeare, teenage is just like a lover. Why? Because he sighs in love as if he were a furnace. So, lover explanation regarding William Shakespeare is that they usually sigh like a furnace. Furnace means a boiler, a heater in a room. It heats up the room. So, a young love is similar to this thing, that they are boiling up from inside. They are all heated up with lots of emotions. And it perfectly explains the age of being a teenager. Young love is commonly associated also with love letters written by a man to impress his object of love. This is a particular quality of being a lover, that the lover usually likes to write things for the object of their love. The object of their love could be their parents, their brothers, their siblings, their friends, any outsider, anyone, anything. They do express by writing the poetry for it. So, but according to Shakespeare, what is the difference of being, truly in love and writing something meaningful and just being a teenager and writing something like a ballet? These love letters, according to Shakespeare, are full of passion, but often lack weightage, something that Shakespeare has hinted at by mentioning that such ballet. So ballets are musical poetry which are written just like that without any thought. It is to tell a story, a feeling, an expression, something like this. So which is an exaggeration in its nature. So ballets are specifically written to tell the stories with a lot of extravagant details. That means something which is not so much true, but you write a lot about it, which doesn't even mean the same thing, to ironically indicate the futility of such young love. So it expresses, or it makes clear that such type of writings are actually useless, but it is a part of being a teenager, and are written to the mistress' eyebrows. This line here from the poetry means that the topic, choosing eyebrows as the topic of poetry, indicates that there is no depth to this love. So here Shakespeare clearly explains the age of being a teenager. They act like lovers, they are full of emotions, and they do write it, express their emotions for the object of their love. But what is the difference is that they are all shallow. They don't have so much depth in it, but it explains the age in itself. Then he explains the fourth age, something which you will be stepping into. This fourth line, or let's say the stage, sheds light upon the spirited and aggressive stage of life, jealous in honor, when the young lover evolves into a short-tempered soldier. Let's look into the lines. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. At this particular age, the human being acts like a soldier. He doesn't become a soldier, but what we explain or define a soldier, those qualities come into your age when you grow up to that certain age. So here the soldier is a metaphor for this fourth stage of your life. Here you get, short-tempered, and you are not unsteady young lover, dissolve or, wasting your life in your emotions. Your emotions have changed. Now you are strong, you are a little bit jealous about your honor, protecting it, and then you're getting short-tempered as a soldier as well. And then who dedicates this particular act of his life to chasing the bubble, the water bubble which is easily to pop and burst. That is short-lived reputation of a soldier who lives by the cannon's mouth, the cannon being an allusion to the battle-informed life of a typical soldier. So here the similarity has been drawn with the soldier's life on the battlefield, that they're always on that dangerous tip of their life, that whatever they are going to face or act, it is going to be dangerous for them. Either it could be save their life, or either they go on the other side of it. So they're like a soldier, the young man or the young woman is like that. They're always ready to fight for the bubble reputation they have, that is very short-lived. In this stage, the man is bound up through strange oaths of loyalty and honor that a country employs to bind its soldier. Again, a similarity is drawn between a soldier and a common young man and woman of this particular age, that they are bound, they are full of oaths and full of promises they have made for themselves to honor the country, to honor what they are about to do in their life. With strange because they don't go with reality. The man's facial features also mature during this stage. Of course, he's going to talk about the male gender here. The man's facial features also mature during this stage, and he goes on to grow a beard that has been compared to the pard. Pard means leopard's whiskers, indicating the fire that the youth carry, especially when they are fighting to their country as soldiers, fighting for their country as soldiers. So here the soldiers, as they fight for their country, they are full of this fire, as like the leopards have inside them, that energy. And the way the whiskers are described by the animal's whiskers explains that they have this animal quality in themselves, because at this age they are very young and fresh and youthful, and they are ready to do anything which they think is proper for themselves and for their country, for their work, for their family. So this soldier age is very interesting. It explains the stage of being young adult, not full adult but young adult. And then he moves on to the very interesting stage. This is justice, which is again a metaphor explaining the middle age or the adults. Here you can see that all the description will fit your parents, especially your fathers. The fifth line or the part of the poetry is where the young impassionate soldier grow into middle-aged adult who has settled in the professional role like of high-ranking judge. Now, what is the part of a judge in our society? The judge grants decisions. He takes decisions over the serious matters which are brought under his court. So, your parents are actually the part they are playing of a judge or justice. Look into the lines. And then the justice, in fair round belly with good cap and lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays his part. So, from having a short-tempered demeanor of a soldier, this once young man has settled into the middle life with a fair round belly, which is an allusion to wealth and prosperity. A very good explanation, that symbolically it is explained that usually your fathers and at this particular age, the men do get their, that belly, the fat stomach, just because of course of good food and good lifestyle. However, there is indication that this wealth and prosperity have not come through honor and the fire that the man emulated as a soldier, but it is a product of capon, which means bribe. Here, bribe doesn't mean that the people go for bribe and then they that they get rich. It is just means that they become worldly wise. They know how to earn the money through worldly situations. They are not full of ideas that I will have to do certain things in life. Now they are more realistic. They know how to earn money. They know how the world works, and they are part of it now. His eyes are no more burning with motivation and drive, but have become severe, having learned the ways of the world. As I told you that, of course, living such a life till this stage, now fifth stage, and they have entered. At this particular age, they are worldly wise. And his beard, that once carried leopard whiskers, has now been fashioned into formal professional cut to suit his age and professional role. And of course, if you look to your parents and their companions, your uncles and aunts, you will see that they dress very particularly. They don't change their style because it suits their professional life or the life they have entered now. They don't need fashion to change their hair or their hairstyles or their dressing style. They have fixed styles to carry, and they are comfortable in that. Now that could be the demand of their age as well. The man lives a life of wise saws. Wise saws means here that they have their own opinion about things, how the things work in the world. Now they have enough knowledge to share it with you, which translate to old sayings that he neatly applies to the modern life as deemed fit by him. The man's maturation into worldly being reaches a climatic point in this fifth stage. So it explains that at this particular age, when you go through the middle ages, you are well settled, you have good food, you have good income, you know how the world moves, what is needed to survive in this world. You are full of wise saws because you know how the people should live in this world now, how the children should move, what should be they doing, because they are at the seat of the justice. They are running the family. They are running the family and the society, and of course the relatives' lives as well, if they are that influential. So this is the perfect example of the middle age, men and women at their fifth stage. So this is it for today. In the next lecture, I will explain the last two and the conclusion of the poem. Thank you.